Hi, my name is Louise Mabulo and I'm the founder of the Cacao Project. And I'm here to talk to you about achieving SDG 2 of Zero Hunger as part of Youthtopia's biggest event of the year, Unite. At the end of this video, I'll be giving you 3 things to put on your changemaker to-do list so that we can accelerate change for SDG 2. But first, why is SDG 2 so important? Well, that's because it ties into basic needs that we need for survival as a human race, and that is food. And our breakfast, lunches, and dinners have everything to do with the planet. Agriculture, the industry that supplies the world's food, employs a large part of humanity, and ignorance in this sector can go on to have damaging repercussions in our environment, our economy, and in the lives of countless families. In addition, access to food is still a main and growing concern, with many populations still suffering food insecurity, and communities that still continue to live in food deserts. In fact, the gap between consumers and producers have become so wide that people are disconnected to where their food comes from or where it goes to. My venture, the Cacao Project, works with local producers to shorten the gap between where our food comes from to how it gets to our plates, while building resilience in our communities and our food systems, and encouraging a systems change in how our food systems function in this changing world, so that we, you and I, can boost a green recovery. In fact, the world is predicted to require 70% more food by 2050, while conversely, due to soil degradation and climate change, we only have about 60 years worth of harvests left. Now, what can you do to bridge the gap and do your part in accelerating SDG 2? For one, make conscious decisions as a consumer, which ties in with SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. As we all know, producers react to consumer decisions, and a demand in conscious and ethical food choices and sustainable produce will drive production towards that practice and perpetuate a more holistic food system that benefits both people and planet. So, support local produce, buy from local farmers and producers, and support the livelihoods of local farmers and vulnerable populations in your community. Second, educate. Learn for yourself and educate others about food security and food systems. Reach out to people in food deserts and encourage people to grow their own food, or learn about where your favorite ingredients come from and how that impacts livelihoods and food security. Awareness leads to better food choices that help us, with the last tip that I gave you in tip number 1. But moreover, we need to be informed as consumers about what systems we perpetuate in producing what foods, and about how people who might be in our very own communities are accessing that food and being able to make nutritious and good food more readily available to those within our communities who are in need of it. Because you don't know, the people who might be suffering food insecurity and having difficulty accessing food might be your neighbors or people that live just down the road. Lastly, you can volunteer, donate, or even speak up online about your experiences in Zero Hunger. Share the stories of local producers in your area. Volunteer or donate to institutions that provide food to vulnerable populations, or use your platform to demand equal access to food for all. What matters most is that we're able to make tangible differences by harnessing our resources and mobilizing ourselves, our networks, our friends, our governments, and our companies to be part of the solution.